real boost for us because when we come out and meet people like you who have been doing a lot of work already and donating money, I mean, it's what gives the campaign the energy that we need, and I appreciate that very much. I'd like to make sure everybody knows my wife. She's hiding behind here. Happen to have two grandchildren here today. Mark Pyatt is over here. Oh, she's working out there. We make her work. She has to earn her way. But it is real nice to be here. You know, we do have quite a few grandchildren. What is it? 18 plus one great grandchild. And I always tell everybody I know all their names. She knows all their birthdays. That's pretty good. And,
team effort.
But I do really appreciate you coming out. We do have a very busy week this week, starting here today and the debates tonight. Tomorrow morning, I will fly to Washington, vote as much as I can to get it in, but late at night I'll fly to New Hampshire. For the New Hampshire, I will do the signing in order to get on the ballot, because that is going to be the first primary that we're having. And everybody is believing that it is very important, and a lot of people are very enthusiastic and think that is where we're going to make our mark. I think it's on Thursday or Friday or thereabouts that I head out to Michigan. I have a major talk there in Michigan. And then also into Iowa and Wyoming. And then after that, there may be a 24-hour break. I haven't figured out whether I'm going to get to go to Texas for 24 hours or just go on to California, because on Tuesday it is that I'll be on the Jay Leno show. Tuesday. And you know, it is pretty amazing how things progress, because we've done everything exactly wrong, and maybe that's why everything is working so right. Because ordinarily you get one person who can raise the money, special interest, or have a lot of his own money, and then they start hiring a lot of people. So the very first question I was ever asked at the beginning of the campaign, they came and asked me, they said, well, how are you going to compete against these very wealthy candidates? You're not going to have as much money. So that's probably true. It probably won't have as much. But maybe they'll act just like government. Maybe they'll have a lot of money, hire a lot of people, and waste a lot of their money. You know, that has been happening, believe me. If you look at the expenditures of these other campaigns, I'm frugal with the taxpayers' money, and I'm frugal with the people who donate to the campaign. So in the first quarter, we got started with $600,000. We were sort of living on that. Matter of fact, we used that throughout the whole second quarter. But in the second quarter is when we raised that $2.5 million, which surprised a lot of people. So by keeping the money in the bank and living within our means, we probably got $5 million worth of publicity out of it. After they realized it, the same things happened again. I mean, here in the third quarter, we raised the $5 million, we weren't spending the money, and now we have more than $5 million in the bank. And at the same time, we got a lot of very good publicity. And this is what gets us on these shows like Jay Leno and the various shows, and a lot better interviews than we've ever had before. So this has been working well. And some people have postulated that there's no way we could add up what has been done, and I know a lot has been done in this area and throughout Florida. And that is the volunteer work and the work that all of you do spontaneously. And it works so well, I think it's because we follow our beliefs. It's sort of laissez-faire, you know. People just go and do it. What has happened in the country could have been done by central planning, because it has been way too much, and it would have been too expensive, and it would have been hard to control. I mean, we have to know what's going on. We have to have coordination, and we do, and the fundraising has to eventually go for the campaign and for the advertising. But there must be, who knows, $10, $20 million worth of advertising has happened. Now, to me, it's rather amazing and impressive and very, very encouraging, because I have told everybody when they ask, and when I talk to smaller groups, that I was not, you know, I've always been reluctant to get involved in this campaign. I had to have a little bit of arm twisting and encouragement. I have to admit, my wife actually was encouragement. She never discouraged me. She encouraged me to do it. But I didn't think there were enough people. I thought, I knew exactly where our problems were and what we should do and how we got into this mess. But I knew the solution ultimately was to reach a lot of people, to get an understanding, to understand the law, the Constitution, the importance of civil liberties, and all these things are very important. But I figured, no, it's going to probably take another 10, 15, 20 years before we have enough people. And yet, to my surprise, there were a lot of people just waiting for the opportunity to join a campaign like this. So they came forth. But the other amazing things happened, the number of the young people that have joined. Spontaneously, and they weren't necessarily well informed, the availability of information on the internet and how this is spread is rather miraculous. I think even those who understood the internet and people like Dean in the last campaign made use of it, I don't think it's anything compared to what's going on now. I mean, but a lot of people give me a lot of credit for this and bringing this together, but that's not true. It's been spontaneous, and I don't think it is one person or even one campaign as much as the one message, and that's what we all share, and that's why people are willing to do this. And I have a couple rules about this campaign and what we do. I believe we should know exactly what we believe in, stay principled and determined, and continue to study and learn how to express ourselves and promote this message. That to me, is the most important. And then, of course, go and without compromise, go out and promote this message. And also, the manner in which we do it is also very important. And I think we can be very proud of our campaign. Because you talk about diversity, we really have diversity in our campaign. All kinds of people. But everybody loves but we have the one rule, the one very strong suggestion that we do this in a very non-violent, non-confrontational manner, and I believe our campaign has really been following that. They go out and they'll stick to their guns and they'll stand up for their rights and all, but it's never argumentative and never confrontational. I think that is just great. The other rule I have is that when you're involved, you know the issues, you go out and you do this work, you also have to have fun doing it. Because if you don't, it gets too old too fast. I mean, if it's a labor and a job and you have to go, oh yeah, we're going to have my meetup group, that's no fun. And so that is important. And usually it's easy to have fun when you're with like-minded people and you have one direct cause and we all agree on this. But I am convinced that freedom does bring people together, and I don't think it's an accident that we have diversity in our groups. And the longer we go on, the more diverse groups that we get. All kinds, because everybody might like freedom of choice for a different reason. And we're not going to be judgmental and tell a person, well, I don't like your lifestyle, and you will have to live the way I do. At the same time, we want to be left to our own choosing. This is the same thing true about economic liberty. The principle is, it's your life, it's your liberty, and when you have fruits of your labor because you're energetic and you want to take care of yourself, you ought to be able to keep it all and spend it the way you want.
Here, here.